Hey folks, today is Monday, December the 19th. It's currently 9:20 in the morning. You guys can see here we have our scientific trading machine charts open. And I went through this weekend and watched several of the webinars that the vendor had here. And the market movers indicator is something that I noticed about that, or I should say found out. Basically, if you pull up the market movers indicator that I spoke about in the last video, we'll get this. And as you guys see, I opened it up in its own separate chart, and they actually have a template that's called, I think it's called like dark black, or let me see here, template dark blank. All right, so what that basically does is it gives you a blank template like this. And if I click on any of these, for example, AUD USD, it'll pull it up here. Now, the proper way of doing this would be like this, just AUD Japanese yen. And if I wanted to, I could make these larger and have several open. And just check them like that. The vendor actually had it where he was opening them and they were actually opening up larger like this. I'm not sure why mine aren't, but I'm sure I'm just doing something wrong here. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. It's probably because right now we're set to tile horizontally, I believe. So I would need to set this up to something different, or I'd probably need to erase a lot of these here so that they wouldn't be this small to fit on the page. But that's basically what this will do for you guys. Market movers, these are the ones the vendor focuses on every morning when he gets started trading. He'll come in, click on this, Euro GBP, 1 hour, and he'll pull this up. No lie, you guys want me to start trading with the 1 hour, and I do plan on doing that at some point here. I just wanted to show you guys the benefit of using this. So these are the, 10 that he focuses on, because these have the most movement. And also I noticed that he doesn't take a trade unless the instrument volatility 1 hour is above 20. So he won't focus on it unless that's above 20. All right, so here we had a green dot, yellow dot. Here the market switched over, green, green. So after this bar, we would look to enter the trade. Stop would have been right there. That would move 47 pips in our direction. Not bad at all. Let's check out the USD CAD. I want you guys to at least be able to see the 1 hour. Let's pull that up here. All right, so obviously this is long. Got a green, yellow dot right there. As you can see down here, this was our first green dot. Not dot, bar, I should say. So let's see where that is up here. So that's on this one. So that means on the next bar we would have entered the trade. Stop would have been at 24. Market moved 43. Very nice. Okay. Euro AUD. Everything is green here. No trade there. All right, everything's green right now, for example. No trade there. USD Swiss franc. Would have entered this trade here right after that bar finished up. Actually, we didn't have the greens there, so no trade here. Let's check out EuroCAD and see if there was a setup there at all. Can't make that larger. Oh well. Lots of green here. We would have been looking for a short. GBP Japanese yen is a pretty big mover. All right. Here we have lots of dots here. Got a green dot here, a yellow dot here, waiting on this. As you guys can see on this bar, 30, and market pushed up 39. We would have had a couple white dots here. That would have been a nice trade. As you can see, it started here, and that was 12 minutes apart. And let me see how far apart it says those two dots can be. All right, can only be 4 candles between the swing and signal dot. So obviously this has a lot more candles than that. It's 13 candles between here and there. All right, let's keep on going here. GBP USD is probably going to be a similar situation. All right, so here we have the yellow dot, white dot, and right here we're red. So after this particular bar, this was a big bar, but we would have had 120 pips stop. Wow. And it looks like even with that large of a stop, we would have moved at least 222 pips. So that would have been another winning trade there, right around this point. Beautiful trade right there. All right, let's go to AUD Japanese yen. And again, I'm doing this just so you guys can see the opportunities that the 1 hour chart gives us here. Because like I said, I know a lot of people are interested in that. All right, so we have a white dot here, no yellow dot. It's too far apart. And no other opportunity there, so we wouldn't have taken any of those trades. GBP Swiss franc. This looks like a mess. Don't think we would have taken anything here. Actually, this is let's see here. All right, so this is only 2 bars apart. Could have taken a trade here. And as you guys can see, we would have entered here. 70 pips stop. Market would have went down 37 pips, came against us, and then dropped about 86. So again, like I've said, folks, when we take these trades on a 1 hour, we can generally expect to be holding them much longer than the couple hours that I trade during the day here. Let me see what our stop would have been here. 73. So we would have came down here. All right, so what's that? 45 bars. This is a 1 hour chart. So each one of those bars is going to be worth an hour. Okay? That's about 2 days. So we would have held that for 2 days before our profit target would have gotten hit. And again, that's one of the reasons why I'm not trading the 1 hour chart right now. We will obviously get much larger profit targets hit, but we will be holding those trades, and I don't necessarily want to record for 2 or 3 days. All right, let's check this one out. Got our white dots here, yellow dot here. Can only be 4 candles between them, and as you guys can see, this does not qualify. All right, I think we have some news coming out in 15 minutes. You guys can see there, USD Flash Services PMI. All right, but if we did decide to take that trade, once again, that would have been a very large stop, 82, and we would have had to hold this trade for about a day. I'm not even sure if we would have been filled there. That's 80. Then the market would have went against us a little bit. We'd still be in profit. Then here, about 38 bars later, and again, each one of those bars is 1 full hour, so that's more than a day. All right, so hopefully you guys found that useful. Definitely want you guys to see exactly what you can do on the 1 hour time frame. Much larger stops, much larger take profits. It's just the amount of time I'll have to keep the recording going is significantly longer. All right, so let's take a look at our scalp trading 5-minute charts here. And again, I'm going to make sure that we're above 20, that we're not moving sideways, and that we have good setups here. We're not moving into the supply and demand zones. All right, one moment, folks. Let me check something in the training. We're going to see if they've opened up week 3 for us. And I want to see what new indicator they're going to be giving to us here. All right, so week 3 isn't open yet. I'm sure I'll probably get an email once it is, so I'm not too worried about that. All right, let's go ahead and scroll through our currency pairs. We're already at 11 minutes here. Beautiful down move here. Came back up. Too bad we don't have these yellow dots down here. That would be a great setup for that. Let's keep on going. We need at least one more for the trend locator to be red before we can take that trade. And we also need the white dots here. All right, if these turn green, what's that, USD CAD? If these turn green, this will be a great buying opportunity, but we have to wait for the cloud to turn green and also this histogram, I believe it is, to turn green. All right, I wouldn't take a sell into this. You guys can see lots of buying is going to be coming up here. The market already pushed into it once, came back out. This is going sideways, so I wouldn't take that trade, even if there was a setup. All right, here's another potential. Trend locator showing 2 in the red. Got red here, red here. All we need is for the cloud to turn red, and this will be a good setup. So I'm going to keep NZD, Japanese yen, on the maybe. All right, let's keep on going here. All right, last 2 are just indicators. I think there was one more that was a maybe. AUD USD. So if this one gives us a red cloud, that might be a potential setup as well. Even though I think NZD Japanese yen looks like the better of the 2. Even though we got all 3 higher time frames in the red here. Only problem I really see here is that the 1 hour is only at 15 here, and here it's only at 17. So we'd like to see the volatility rise just a tad. So like I said, NZD Japanese yen is looking better right now, but we want to see that get above 20. And hopefully by the time the next bar prints, that will happen. All right, so still at 17.1. And another thing I forgot, we don't have the white dots here. Remember, we need the yellow and the white dots if we're looking for a short. All right, folks, let me go ahead and pause this. I'm going to just wait for our first setup. I'm not going to record myself continuing to scroll through these currency pairs here. So let's wait for our first opportunity, and I'll come back once we're ready to jump in. All right, folks, I just wanted to let you see what I'm seeing here. I just pulled up a GBP Japanese yen on the 5-minute chart. You can see we have two reds here. We're red here. We're red here. We have our white dot right there. We have a yellow dot right here, one bar apart. If this bar ends, this might be a good short trade. If everything stays exactly the way it is, I should say. That's actually 50 pips. That's actually a pretty big stop. But as you can see here, we're at 37.5 on volatility. Let's take a look at some of these other potential trade setups. All right, so that's only 20. Volatility's only at a 17 though. Ideally, I'd like to see that volatility raise up quite a bit on those pairs. But we'll keep an eye on the pound yen here. 24. All right, so we got our yellow dot right here, white dot right here. It's about 4. And that's the most candles that we can have between our two dots here. We're red, red. So if this bar closes and everything stays the same, that looks like it might be a good setup. GBP USD. I'll continue watching that one. Wow. All right, so the last news we had was USD Flash. We also have something on the AUD coming up in 21 minutes. No trade there. We're only 16, but this looks like it could be a nice buy trade. Too bad we don't have a white dot right here. All right, so let's go ahead and go back and take a look at this GBP USD trade. As you guys can see, at 24, just closed out. I'm just going to double check everything and sell. Let's get this down to right around 18. All right. So the reason I took this trade, I want to make sure everybody understands. Got a red bar here. RSI is below 0 and it's red. We got the white dot. We got the yellow dot. Was right here. It moved over since we made a lower low here. And that's only one bar in between. Actually, no bars in between it. Obviously, over here, all three higher time frames are red. And obviously, the 1H volatility, 24.5. So everything is the way it should be. Also here, we made a lower low. Also made a lower low. Excuse me, a lower high. This is a lower high than here. This is about the same, but we are making lower lows here. So we're moving in the right direction. Now we're just going to continue watching it. Let me see where that ended up closing at. 63 pips. Wow, okay. NZD Japanese yen, another potential trade here. Yellow dot, white dot right there. Everything lined up. Except we're below 17. Alright guys, let me go ahead and pause it. And I'll come back to you guys momentarily. Alright folks, just wanted to give you guys another quick update here. Ideally, what I'd like to see here is for us to continue making lower lows. You can see we made lower highs. Made a lower high here, lower high here, slightly lower high, though it's about the same as this level. And here, I'd like to see this be a lower high, and then the market make a lower low. So that's what we're looking at right now. Obviously, the market's just bouncing around right now, but hopefully the breakout will go in our direction here. And just based on what I'm seeing here, I think it should. The market has a couple times bounced down off of the cloud, so hopefully it'll continue to do that. Let's see what else is on the charts. And of course, this right here is pretty sideways action. Wouldn't want to trade anything like this. Market's just bouncing between these two levels right here. All right, we have a little bit of a level of support underneath us here that we're going to have to get through. So we'll see what happens here. All right, be back with you guys momentarily. All right, folks, it looks like the market just popped up. We were looking good, making lower highs, and then it just busted right through that level, came right back up, took us out of that trade. All right. I'm just doing a quick scroll through to see if there's anything else I'm interested in right now. We need one more green here. I think that's going to be it here. We're already at 23 minutes, going on 24 minutes here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. As always, if you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to send them my way. And I'm going to continue to get as much information as I can about the system. I'm going to try and watch some of the other webinars as they happen. And also, once I get that new weekly update, let me see, that training that's supposed to be released either this afternoon or tomorrow, I'll make sure I update you guys on that as well. All right, folks. Talk to you on the next video.